Welcome to Just You Watch Me Fix It. My name's Philip and my wife and I have this property here. It's known as Kohanie Gardens, and there's a lot of work to be done, but it's a beautiful little location. We've got a valley and we live on the side of a mountain. We get snow in winter sometimes. We're about 400 meters above sea level. We've put in a lot of infrastructure, but over the last 3 years we've really cared for my wife's parents, and now that stage is over. The beautiful people have sadly passed away, but now that we can put our efforts into restoring the gardens back to what they were. A lot of things have got overgrown in the meantime. There's a lot of work to be done on the property to bring it up to speed, and we want to share our experiences with you. Okay, so come on, follow me. I'll share what we're doing. Just walk up our drive. This drive circles round to the left and up to our home and back down, so it's a circular drive. Here on the left hand side, some years ago we planted some fruit trees. We've got some plums, Satsuma plum, King Billy plum. So there's the plum trees. We've got an apricot tree and quite a few apple trees and a quince tree, a quince fruit tree. So we enjoy harvesting those fruits in the autumn, summer and autumn actually. Okay, so on the left here is where my dad lives. He's 90 years old. He's a bit of a character. In his 80s he bought an excavator along with me, and he's bought a mill that allows us to cut our own timber from the trees that grow on the property. Yeah, really amazing man. Okay, so Dad and I are pretty similar. We like to find out how to do stuff and then do it ourselves, which gives us a great deal of satisfaction. So on this side of the driveway we've got the beginnings of our landscaping. A few years back I built the dry stone wall. You see over here there's the beginning of steps that will go up through the garden, so that's a project that's to be continued on. We've got plants planted around. They're a bit overgrown with weeds, but that's another project we're going to have to get on top of and make it look beautiful. So let's follow up the drive. You may have heard a lot of frogs chirping in the background. They know there's rain coming. They're never wrong, the frogs. We have a visiting birds, welcome swallows that come and go each season. We have a lot of naturally sown little jonquils and daffodils that grow around the place. So this is our central garden through here. We haven't been able to mow for quite a few weeks because there's been rain every day. Let's have a wander through the garden that we got going some years ago. So this little section here is going to be more dry stone wall with an archway over here to create a little garden room. So we have on the left hand side here, this is a ginkgo biloba tree. It's actually about 10 years old, very slow growing. And all these plants were planted around about that time as well. As I say, it's a work in progress. There's a lot of weeds and overgrown grass that needs to be got on top of, but Lisa and I are going to get stuck into that over the coming months. So along here I did the dry stone wall quite a few years back, and then we planted the plants in. This has all been terraced using the excavator that we got. Made life a lot easier, got things done quite a lot quicker. The top level area, entertaining area, I started off by digging by hand, so that was a lot of hard work, but once the excavator came along, finished off all the terracing down to the front there. Okay, so coming along here, you'll see this huge big rock. Initially I thought, oh no, it's a big rock in the way, but then I realized what a feature. So I'm going to have it so that there'll be a waterfall that cascades over the edge of the rock, and it'll go into a pond there, run underground, go cascade down the bank, and then we'll put it back into the creek. So moving along, here we've got a beautiful time of year, springtime. If you have a look up here, this is a bay leaf tree. So that's good for cooking. And so again, we've got some beautiful daffodils coming up at this time of year. Some daisies in amongst a lot of Australian natives too. We might wander up around the corner here. Again, dry stone wall. The only thing that's holding it together is its own weight and how it locks in. So this is where we have friends over. And all this stone was what was dug out of the ground. So I didn't need to buy any stone in. This has all come from the property. You've pushed your spade in, you're going to hit a rock within an inch or two. There's millions of rocks, and they're heavy, they're hard work, but they're free, and they do a great job of building a stone wall. So have a look at this. It's got a nice curve. It's again become overgrown, but once we get on top of that, it'll look quite nice again. Got a nice curved dry stone wall, curves around. And there's stone steps that go up through, and the curved dry stone wall wraps around in a nice curve around there. If you have a look over here, this is what started off to be a rainforest garden. It's now a shady site, but look at the beautiful spring flowers. Got tulips, daffodils, great hyacinths. Yeah, just a lovely little spot here. This is this used to be all steep, couldn't mow it, and I dug this, a lot of this area I started digging by hand, because that's all I had at the time, a spade and steel bar, pickaxe, and but then we got the excavator, and of course it made it a lot easier. I had to lower a lot of pipes, irrigation pipes. They're down in the ground about a metre. So you'll see the house above, that's where we live. It's also needs a lot of work. A lot of the weatherboards are very weathered and need to be replaced. And we're going to paint that. There's some renovation work we've done on it. We've got the conservatory out the front. That also needs a lot of attention. The balustrade upstairs, that's also needing attention. But the roof again is going to need painting. It's a lot of work to do, but it's yeah, great potential. So if you just swing around and have a look at what we've got, a beautiful valley, the Lachlan Valley. There. The wattle trees are in blossom at this time of year. And you might notice over in this area here, might go for a bit of a walk and have a look, covered in leaves at this time from the ash trees. So all this area is paved with the stone from the property, and there's a pizza oven that I built several years ago, and there'll be another video that you can see that shows how that was built. Alright, so let's walk up through this way. We have the hellebores, beautiful long-lasting flowers. They're not strictly flowers, but they look like flowers. They last a long time. And this is where we park the cars at the moment. We probably need to build a carport for them. So we'll show you what we've got ahead of us to do. You'll see on the conservatory there's just these closed off temporarily because there's no doors there. We need to get new doors and fit them to the conservatory. This needs to be converted and then painted. So I've brought you around the back of the house now. I want you to have a look at what the construction materials are. It's a post and beam house, mud bricks in between. So this is the natural colour of the mud brick. It's made from clay and straw that's off the property, and we have to repair this mud brick walls downstairs and paint it, which I'll show you some that I've done already. So yeah, a work in progress this is. So if you have a look around here, you'll see what the mud brick comes up like. We've painted Tranquil Retreat, which is a very light grey colour, and there needs to be a lot of repair work done on them, and there'll be a video showing the process involved in doing that. Now if you have a look up to the second story, that's all western red cedar, but it's very badly weathered. Each of these walls I'm going to take the western red cedar off, and I'm going to put sisolation paper on, insulation bats and more sisolation paper, and then I'm going to replace the weatherboards that are able to be reused. I'm going to put them back to front on, and any new weatherboards I'll cut from timber off the property. So these three walls downstairs have been finished, and as you can see, there's significant repair work needs to be done on the weatherboards upstairs. I hope you can enjoy following our Just You Watch Me Fix It channel, because we're looking forward to sharing a lot of the things that we do and showing people that they too can do what they want to do with their own place. And we show how we've done it, and when we don't know what we're doing, we find out how to do it properly, and we share that experience with you. So I hope you enjoy the channel.